96.7 KCAL rocks on a rainy Monday morning. We talked to our guy Pep about some sports. Pep, what's going on?
Patrick, it's raining down on the Southern California sports world. We'll start with the NBA playoffs. Both of the Los Angeles teams are out of the NBA postseason. We saw over the weekend the LA Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets in a winner-take-all Game 7 of their Western Conference first round series. And the Denver Nuggets just gave it to the Clippers. 121-101 was, I think, was the final score. It wasn't even really that close at the end of the day. It was not a 20-point ball game. The Nuggets looked that good. James Harden did not show up in that critical Game 7. And Russell Westbrook, the former Clipper, really had a great series for the Denver Nuggets to help them advance to take on number 1 Oklahoma City in the next round.
Was letting the Clippers know about it too, as well. It looks like he's been bottling a little bit of that up. Not a shocker. And also, I guess that does go to show you how good the Nuggets are. They fired their coach right before the playoffs, and they still end up doing really well. It's kind of impressive, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear from the Denver Nuggets owner, he said that if they would have kept the way things are, keeping the head coach in through the playoffs, they would have never been able to do something like this. So dude, it must have got bad in the locker room. I have no idea. Remember, the Nuggets just won an NBA championship a couple seasons ago, but things must have went real sour to do something so drastic like change your coach right before the playoffs. But man, I guess it panned out, right? Because they're the team moving on to take on number 1 OKC in the Western Conference semifinals. And for Russell Westbrook, man, he resurrected his career. Is he going to be the old Russell Westbrook, that we saw in Oklahoma City putting up triple-doubles every night? Probably not. But he proved he's still a really good player. I think when he went to the Clippers, people thought he was done. His career was done. He's not done, man. He's still pretty good.
He provides the spark, dude. He's always had that energy. And I mean, I'm just thinking it's a possibility. I know the Celtics and the Eastern Conference are still out there, but Russell Westbrook could get a ring, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's Oklahoma City's going to be tough. Do not get me wrong. They are going to be tough. But if there was a team out there, I would say a team like Denver or maybe even Golden State, a team that has already done it. They've got veterans. They know what it takes. That would be the kind of team that would beat them. I would give them more of a chance, I would say, Golden State or the Nuggets, more so than, let's say, Minnesota, the other team that's still alive in the Western Conference, of knocking off Oklahoma City. Because the Thunder, look, man, they were the best team all season long. There's no doubt about it. They were the number 1 team, the number 1 seed. So we'll see what Russell and the Nugs can do against OKC. But, man, they looked pretty impressive in that Game 7 where the Clippers absolutely did not show up.
Yep, totally true.
So the Clippers are done. The Warriors, as a 7 seed, are advancing. They won their Game 7 against the 2nd-seeded Houston Rockets, 103-89. Buddy Hield had like 9 threes in that game, and the Golden State Warriors found a way to win in the fourth quarter. You know what? And again, championship pedigree, right? A Game 7, all on the line, the fourth quarter, and they stepped up when they needed to. And Golden State's going to move on to take on Minnesota, the team that beat the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, they were looking like they were struggling. They couldn't do it in Game 5. They couldn't do it in Game 6. But just like you said, they did it in Game 7, and they advanced.
Yeah, so when you look at the Western Conference playoffs, Patrick, and I think, we can realize this. Oklahoma City was the clear number 1, but after that, there was a logjam. There was a lot of teams out west that were very close to one another. So at least seeding-wise, people assumed, it was going to be the Lakers versus the Rockets. That would be the 3 versus the 2. But now we've got Minnesota, which is the 6, against Golden State, the 7. And these were 2 teams trying to stay out of the play-in tournament in the Western Conference. And here they are in the Western Conference semifinals. So that's very impressive. Golden State is still Golden State. In Minnesota, they've still got that young nucleus, and they added pieces like Rudy Gobert. I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I like how you put it last week, though. It is true that they were trying to stay out of the play-in tournament. But you're right. The West, with it being so loaded, they're a little bit better than they appear, better than their ranking, if they will, and they're kind of showing it.
Yeah, again, those seeding numbers, I don't put a lot of stock in them outside of OKC because the Thunder were so good during the regular season. But yeah, when it comes to the playoffs time, 7 seed, 2 seed, doesn't matter. And obviously Golden State. I mean, who did anybody want to play Golden State in the playoffs? I don't think anybody wanted to run into the Warriors.
No.
So
Dangerous.
Warriors are advancing. They will take on Minnesota in the other Western Conference semifinal. So times are hard, man. In Southern California, the Lakers are out. The Clippers are out. The last time we spoke, we were hoping the LA Kings in the Stanley Cup playoffs were still going to be alive. No, they got bounced by the Edmonton Oilers in 6 games. In fact, the Kings won the first 2. Then they lost 4 in a row. So the Kings are out. The Lakers are out. The Clippers are out. Things, playoff-wise at least, are not going very well for the Southern California pro teams.
No, you can put them to rest. The playoffs are kind of dead in SoCal.
Hey, Patrick, raise your hand if you want more bad news. I got more bad news on this rainy, wet, cold Monday morning. If you're an Angels fan, you're thinking, oh no, we suck again. The Angels are in a tailspin, and Mike Trout is back on the injured list. They're calling it a left knee bone bruise. He's just running down to first base, and who knows how long he's going to be out. But yeah, Mike Trout is out. And the Angels, after a pretty decent start, remember we were talking about, they had the best record in the American League West, and look at that. Wow. Man, they have fallen off a cliff of late.
I mean, I was watching my Mariners, and I was watching, against the Angels, and as Mike Trout went up the first baseline, he kind of grabbed his leg, and I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching. I can't even remember the last time Mike Trout played an entire season.
Man, it's rough. It's rough. I think the hardest job in sports broadcasting is probably being an Angels broadcaster right now because, Mike Trout can't stay healthy. The Angels, after a promising start, are tanking again. They went from tied for first in the American League West to the cellar in the American League West. So, man, I don't know. I just feel like the Angels just can't get out of their own way. I just don't know what it is. And they've done everything they could to protect Mike Trout. We were talking off air. It wasn't like he was slamming into the wall to make some dramatic catch or, sliding into a foul ground to make a catch or something. No, he was just running down to first base, which is just a normal part of the game.
Yeah, it looks like I need to watch out just going to the drinking fountain or the refrigerator in his house. You don't know what's going to happen. And how about Shohei Ohtani getting off a sinking ship?
Oh my gosh. And that was kind of the start of it, right? I just see all these moves, letting Ohtani go, Anthony Rendon's huge contract, and he's been hurt, has done nothing for the Angels. Mike Trout can't stay healthy. I don't know, man. I guess if I knew all the answers, I'd be the manager of the Angels right now, or at least the general manager, but I don't know how you figure that out.
A sad state of affairs.
It is, man. Well, speaking of Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers were on a pretty good roll. They had won 7 in a row. They did lose to the Atlanta Braves on Sunday night to snap that 7-game win streak, but still one of the best teams in baseball. And I sound like a broken record, but the National League West is tough. The Padres are still doing pretty well. The Giants are still doing well. So that race in the National League West, I know here we are. We just entered the month of May, and we're just leaving April. It's still early, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I still think the 3 best teams in the National League are probably all in the same division.
The old NL West. Who knew it was going to turn into the juggernaut it is, but it really is true. We'll have to wait to see what happens. I mean, we always kind of feel like we know the Angels are going to Angel and the Dodgers are going to Dodger. It's the way it's worked out, at least the last few years for sure. Pep, that's why we talked to our guy. We'll meet up once again on your Thursday. Tell them how to get your stuff.
You can't stop it. It's going to happen. Angels and Dodgers doing their thing. You can get my stuff on Inland Sports. We're on X. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. If you hang out on YouTube like I do, all you got to do is search Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.